People in relationships, what does your SO to that always makes you smile? Every day she will come home, have a bath, listen to music and sing. I turn the volume down on whatever I'm watching every time just to listen to her. The first thing I ever said to her was, "You have a beautiful voice," at a dodgy karaoke bar. Her reply? "Ah, thanks for saying that, and not just nice ass." Me? Well, I'm not going to lie, that's pretty nice as well. That was 15 years ago. And she still makes me smile every day. Smooth. Whenever I overhear my husband talking to our cats from the other room, I feel like I did when we first met. My late husband made me tea every morning, but gave me a sip of his coffee while I showered. Oh, that shower coffee was magic. I later learned he actually put ice in my tea and tested the temperature before giving it to me. That's the sweetest thing. When he's busy, he'll send me a single flower or heart emoji so I know he's thinking of me. She makes these super cute noises when she's falling asleep in her sleep. Before we lived together, she would always fall asleep first on the phone, so I'd listen to it for a few minutes before hanging up. Now when I hear it, I usually cuddle up closer to her. Plus she does cute voices when she talks to me a lot, which I can't help but smile at. She also tells me things like how lucky she is to be with me, which I hadn't really had before. When we hold hands, she and I will have like a little battle of squeezing each other's hands, where she'll like squeeze 3 times and then I'll do the same. Speaking of holding hands, we both like our hand to be the back one or the bottom one if we're sitting or in the car. So we'll fight to be the one on the bottom. She always wins, but I don't mind. Honestly, there isn't much she does that doesn't make me smile now that I think about it. I'm crying in the middle of an online lecture. You guys are adorable. Exist. All of my laundry. In return, I feed the cats every day. BC, she doesn't like the smell. She folds it and stuff too. It's great. All you do is feed the cats. Yep. Twice a day. I clean off all their bowls and dishes. Clean the area they eat at regularly. Go to the store and buy the food, etc. It's gross. BC, the wet food gets crusted on, so you have to let it soak and then scrub it out. We both feel we got the better end of that trade. I love to hear her laugh. When I overhear him and our cat, she will meow in a really dramatic way, her speciality, and he will look at her and say something like, "They did what? When?" Then Charlie will meow again and he will say things like, "I can't believe them. They're not coming to our dinner party." He loves to gossip with her. Cries and single. I have no idea why I keep opening up threads like this. I just smile seeing other happy comments about their SOs while it struck me in the feel. When I ask her a question, she does this really cute inhale and says, "Yeah," at the same time. It's hard to explain and impossible for me to replicate, but it's so adorable and just one of the things I adore about her. Happy Cake Day. I don't know who started it, but we do this thing where I hum his name and then he hums my name back. Or vice versa, like a call and response but with humming. Imagine I go to him hum, and then he goes, "Hum hum monsieur." It's super adorable, and sometimes we even do it to find each other in grocery stores. Ha ha ha. I love them so much. Just try to picture 2 30-year-old gay men playing a sort of Marco Polo around a grocery store. I am sure it will put a smile on your face too. Me and my wife do this exact same thing, but with whistling. We have been doing it for so long that one time we were in a store and I was reading something and she did it, and I subconsciously noticed and walked over to her while continuing to read. I looked up and said, "I don't know why I just came over here." She started laughing and told me she did the whistle. He plays with my hair and brushes his thumb against my cheek. He says, "Hey pretty girl," with a big old grin on his face every single time he walks into the same room, and it makes me cheese every time, thinking of recording them for a while and making a compilation video for my own enjoyment. Me and my wife interrupt each other's day at least one time a day to make sure we remind each other that we're both sexy. sounds weird, but it makes my wife blush still after 5 years so far. Sometimes I like to scream it out of nowhere and make her melt into the blankets. Hey babe, just to let you know, I'm still sexy. Finger guns walking backwards out of the room, monsieur. Just to paint a picture, I met my BF while working in the accounting department of a construction co. And he was arguably the toughest project manager there. He's a big burly guy with a really deep voice, who at least at work, comes off as gruff kind of person. When my coworker brought her dog in, and he thought no one was looking, he lit up like a little kid playing fetch with her in a corner of the office. I was the only one who saw him, and it melted my heart. Every time he sees my cat, he goes over to her, says, "Hi kitty," in the sweetest voice and showers her with affection. When I see him go all soft and sweet with animals, I fall for him all over again. Seeing him interact with his friends and family, his joy really does make me smile, smiley face. When I get "good morning beautiful" text from "Hi Monsieur," or when he says something sweet. My girlfriend is very intelligent, like graduated summa cum laude and a year early, and is on her way to doing great things. Anyways. Sometimes she says things that are just out of nowhere and make little sense. Like, "Why don't birds get pregnant?" Or she'll say something in Spanish. It isn't her native tongue, and it will sound like, "I eat librarian." She then proceeds to turn red, give a shy giggle, and lean her head on my chest like, "Wherever we are." And sometime I move away to see if she will follow, and she does. Sometimes I swerve out of the way and he looks up and say, "Hey," and I pause so she can place her head there. That is all. My short-ass wife, approximately 4 feet 11 inches, refuses to ask for help reaching stuff. Sometimes I make a cup of coffee and watch her. It's like I'm watching a ninja train for a parkour competition. And before you ask, yes, I am the kind of asshole that puts things she uses on a daily basis on the top shelves. He loves power metal ballads when he is in his office upstairs and I'm in mine downstairs. I occasionally hear him belt out a few notes as he sings along while working. Always makes me smile, just hearing him jamming and doing his thing. She does dorky things that only I ever get to see. He makes up silly poems about random things just to make me laugh. Also, his silly dances when he's happy and things I can't see. So cute. So, this is so dumb, but it's my favorite. I have been working from home, and I'll be super focused and he will come up behind me and put his shirt over my head and pull me into his belly. It's like a weird hug, but I love that it's random and silly. Cough up a hairball on the carpet instead of the linoleum, monsieur. Oh, is always so forgiving and loving and kind. When I go into the bathroom just before bed and she's already put the toothpaste onto my toothbrush for me. Every time he calls me on the phone, he calls me a different nickname. It's always something outlandish and ridiculous just to get me to laugh. Especially if he knows I've had a bad day. Most days when I come home I can hear her scurry to the door to greet me. Her house slippers give her away every time and I brings the biggest, goofiest smile on my face. Every time. No matter how bad or crazy my day is, that 20 seconds of her greeting me at the door with a smile and kiss lifts my mood. Put her head on my shoulder. Sings my name when she's in a different room, monsieur. He's a really good cook, better than I am. I'm always happy when he makes dinner. He leaves for work super early, but always leaves me enough coffee in the pot for 1 cup when I get up. I grew up poor and actually love rewarmed coffee. He doesn't understand it when I could just make a fresh pot, but he still leaves it because he knows I love it. Bro, literally everything she does. I've gone to bed. I'm waiting for her to come tuck me in. He's sweet and always makes me laugh. He makes the funniest sounds. And since being together for 2 years we now have our own way of communication with weird breathing or accented words. Whenever we use it, it never fails to make me smile. He sings songs about our dogs, usually replacing the names of people with our pup's name. Puts my phone on the charger if I forget to do it before bed, which is almost every night. After he tells a joke, he grows the stupidest crap-eating grin on his face. Always makes me laugh even if the joke wasn't funny. I always smile when he talks about something he really likes or something that interests him. Monsieur recently broken up, but while we were together she would always make these cute little noises. Was way too adorable. Always made me smile. She still does it and it still makes me smile. The way he treats my dog, who is like my child. Watching him grow to love her over the years just makes me smile ear to ear. Whenever I am grumpy he puts on a baby voice and says, "Ah, is that a frowny face?" And grumpy me wants to say, "No, leave me alone," but it just makes me have a hard time not smiling at it. Fucking hell, I'm lonely. They smile, I smile, it's contagious. This may sound silly, but every time he is really into a video game his mouth fully twitches. His mouth is open and his lips move side to side. It genuinely makes me laugh. Anytime he wants a kiss or to cuddle or have me come closer to him, he does little grabby hands and it's the cutest thing ever. Haha, less than 3. I like how the more excited she gets about whatever she is talking about, the more she bobs her head around. It's almost cartoonish. She has no idea she does it and I'm not telling her. When he's relaxing, he curls his toes. I don't know why, but it's adorable. The way she reacts to animals is always very beautiful. Whenever he does the laundry, he takes the clothes out of the dryer and throws the nice pile of warm clothes on me cause he knows I'm always cold, and I used to love when my parents did that to me. Then we sit and fold the clothes together. Sometimes he stops and stares at me quietly for a bit and then says, "Hey, are you single?" Or similarly, when I say something he particularly appreciates, he answers, "We should go out." Sometimes, quote, or when I'm stressed and he creates cute little songs on the spot to cheer me up. Or when we have a conversation acting as if we were in Pride and Prejudice. Or sometimes I just look at him and smile because deep down I am cheesy. My girlfriend still sleeps with a blankie at the age of 24. She gets super embarrassed about it, but I find it so cute. Nothing anymore. It's depressing and I just want to die. Oh, I don't. Depression is a void that sucks all the good out of life. You can overcome it. It's hard, but you can find the joy in life. I promise. You got this, friend. He likes to hold my hand or arm when we sleep. When we're laying on the couch watching TV and I'll be chilling with my head in his lap or cuddling, but also in his lap, and he just stops watching TV, brushes back my hair, and gives me a kiss. He'll pull back and give me a smile, the kind of smile I don't see him give to anyone else, and his eyes are different when he does that, because he's looking at me and only me, like I'm the only thing in the world. And when he talks to his dog in that stupid voice, my heart just melts. When he starts to laugh, like full-on cracking up and can't breathe, I like seeing him so happy, and his laugh is contagious. Always smile and hug when I wake him up. 90% of things. The slight parting of the lips when they're concentrating. Singing along to music in the car. The excitement on their face when they come up with a bomb song lyric. Everything forces me to take his shirt, jumper, hoodie when I leave his house, regardless of the fact I'm fairly certain I have most of his wardrobe at mine already. Huh, very interesting. What's the number for 911 again? Leave for the day with the kids. Always makes me smile. Then it's a fun day of silence and video games. Finally some real answers. All the answers above seemed like they so had put a gun to their heads and made them write what they wrote. Legit though, peace and quiet is underrated when you have kids. I would say in general. Sure, I would like to talk and all, but for the love of God, don't keep on yapping all day. My so was attempting to say he was sorry for being anyway. So he took the little boys with him to run an errand. It was quiet and amazing for about an hour. his excitement when he talks about the things he likes. Maths mostly. He loves learning about it so much. Like a little kid who just discovered the existence of dinosaurs. I could listen to him talking about things I don't understand all day. Because I love the way his eyes light up. The way his voice shows me how cool X thing is. And the way he smiles when he finishes. I hope he never lets that inner child go away. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.